everybody. Welcome back to Gone Outdoor Radio. You're listening on Kello News Talk or KWSN in Sioux Falls or the mighty 790 in Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding community. Scotty Brewer, Kyle Agri, Brewer Agri Outdoors, and we are going to chat with a new guest to Gone Outdoors, Mr. Ray Sogaard. Ray is the president of the Minnesota Forest Zone Trappers Association. Welcome to Gone Outdoors, Ray.
Well, thank you for having me.
For our listeners who have never heard of the Minnesota Forest Zone Trappers Association, what is the mission of your great organization?
Well, we do a number of things, but mostly we promote conservation, preservation, education, and legislation for the sport of trapping in the state of Minnesota.
Perfect. And those are all great bullet points we can talk to. But first off, before we get to that, I have a question I'd like to ask you, Ray. I'm assuming that you are probably a lifelong trapper. Why are you so passionate about trapping that you would donate all of your time for this group?
Well, let's see. I've only been at this for about 75 years.
So you
Trapping is,
just started.
yeah. I'm just getting warmed up. Uh, Trapping is very challenging and it's very addictive. It's you against the predator, and can you outsmart the predator, or will the predator outsmart you? And uh, did you do everything right and still get outsmarted by the predator, or did you just plain screw up? So these are all things you get to analyze after you come and check your traps each time.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like me in the boat. And most of the time, I get outsmarted much of the time. And same with Kyle and his tree stand when he's bow hunting. I'm sure he gets
You bet.
outsmarted once or twice as well. But that's what makes it fun. And that's one of the things, just one of the many things that we really enjoy about it. Earlier, you had talked about many of the different things that are in the mission of the Minnesota Forest Zone Trappers Association. And you mentioned education. I think any great
Yes.
outdoor group, education is truly at the cornerstone of what they do. And I know with you guys, you educate both the youth and adults. So let's take them separate. What are you guys doing to get our youth involved in trapping?
Well, in Minnesota, in order to trap, you have to take an education course. Uh, that's mandated by the state, and the trappers organizations, of which there are two in Minnesota, we teach the trappers ed courses, and so and we do that at no charge for the youth in the state of Minnesota from 11 to 18, or 11 to 16, excuse me. We teach the youth. We give them at the end of the practice. This is the practical course, which is about a 4-hour course. We give them traps and anything else that we have laying around. We give them uh, so they get a good start on their trap line. And um, the first part of the course is an online course, uh, which they take and first, and then they take a 50 question test at the end of that, and then that sets them up for the practical course that we do. And the practical course is, of course, the hardest to get because usually they wait till the very end, just before trapping season starts. And once trapping season starts, then you might as well write it off till next year because usually only the trappers teach that course. And if you wait till trapping season, well, you can forget it because the trappers are going to be out there trapping. So the planning is to get that course before the trapping season starts. So,
Ray, that is that's a lesson in and of itself, right? For a young aspiring trapper, is to plan ahead and have your ducks in a row before you get to that point where it's too late and you got to wait for another round. That's a life lesson right there, isn't it? So
it is. It is.
One of the interesting things about educating has to do a lot with conveying and passing on the ethics, the sportsmanship that is so ingrained in trapping, right? And it's such an important part of the sport. Teach us, share with us a little bit about what that means for a trapper.
Yeah, all our classes promote ethics and sportsmanship, and yeah, it's part of every class. And in fact, in the classes, we usually have a conservation officer as part of the course, and he'll take up anywhere from 15 minutes to a half an hour of the course talking about ethics and sportsmanship and what happens to you when you don't follow those issues. So it's kind of enlightening, and we try to promote also the conservation officer isn't there to screw you over. He's there to help you and to make sure you're doing things right. And if you work with them and you have a friendly relationship, you're going to have a pleasant experience. But if you're there to constantly buck them all the time, you're going to have some trouble. So
yeah, it's
might
like
as well
that.
Be friendly to begin with.
It's like that with everything in the outdoors, Ray.
It is.
As long as you treat them with respect, they'll treat you with respect. Ray, we only got about a minute left, and I wanted to get this out here. You guys are doing a fundraising campaign right now. What are you raising money for?
Yeah, we're doing a thing called the Sportsman's Training and Developmental Learning Center. It's actually a $13 million project, and we're in phase 1, and it's a center that we're gonna do all outdoor training for sporting things like trapping, hunting, fishing, ATV training, snowmobile training, dog mushing, anything that's out there is going to be taught there. All sorts of things like that, and it's all going to be taught at the center. So,
how do people donate money to the Minnesota Forest Zone Trappers Association?
Just MFZTA PO Box 367, Hibbing, Minnesota 55746.
Cool. All right, Ray. Thank you for all that you do up in northern Minnesota for all the trappers up there. Thank you for what you do for the outdoors and all the youth. And thank you for coming on Gone Outdoors.
And come and visit us at the Fargo Dome.
Yes, we wanted to make sure we threw that in. Fargo Sportsman Show, March of 2026. Come out and visit with Ray and the rest of the Minnesota Forest Zone Trappers Association. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Special thanks to our Gone Outdoor Show sponsors, Ray Sport Marine, Adventure RV, Lakeland General Store, Devil's Lake Tourism, Linux of Fargo, and Onyx Fish Midwest. Thank you for tuning in to today's Gone Outdoors. Follow along when you're on the water or in the field. Gone Outdoor Podcast at KFGO.com, KWSN.com, KELO.com, Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify. You can always find us at BrewerAgriOutdoors.com, and be sure to follow us on social media. Till next week, from Scotty and Kyle, we'll be Gone Outdoors. Looking for somewhere to get all your fishing information in one place? Onyx Fish Midwest has something for you. Search for new fishing areas with filtering features such as species, abundance, trophy potential, lake survey info, regulations, and area insights are just a click away.
Getting to your target lake has never been easier with access points and public land ownership clearly marked on Onyx Fish. Mark and customize waypoints and weather for your exact location. Use code BA Outdoors to get 20% off Onyx Fish Midwest at onyxmaps.com.